Well, hello and welcome back to the Sudoku channel. This is Oliver coming to you from Youghal by the Sea in Ireland, where autumn has set in, and I'm afraid we've had to put away the shorts and the t-shirts and things like that and get used to a little bit of cold. Anyway, here we are with another Sudoku puzzle. This is part 2 of the two-part. Part 1, we went as far as we could using the basic techniques, and now in part 2 we'll use some more advanced techniques to come to the solution, hopefully, of this. Now the puzzle is number 5515, Diabolical Sudoku Puzzle from the Telegraph newspaper of the 4th of June 2021, and in our series it's number 99 in our advanced series, and this is what we have. Now at the end of part 1 I said that there was an X-Wing there, and the X-Wing is still there. It is here between row 1 column 3, row 1 column 6, and down here it is, what you call that, row 8, isn't it? There and there anyway. Okay, if you haven't done X-Wings, go down below and have a look. There's a tutorial there on X-Wings, and this is a standard X-Wing, and the bases are on the columns. That's where we have the 2s, which means we can get rid of anything on the rows. It's easy to prove. If this is a 1, this is not a 1, and this is a 1. So in terms of the row, there's a 1 here and there's a 1 here. Well, if this is not a 1, well, this will be the 1. If that's the 1, this is not the 1. If that's not the 1, this is the 1. So we're always going to have a 1 here as well, which means we can get rid of the 1 in there. And getting rid of that 1 means we now have 2 1s here. So there's a Snyder pair of 1s for the house. Now, the next one I noticed is a thing called a pairs chain. It's actually an alternating inference chain, and if you haven't done them before, there are tutorials down below, and please have a look at them. Have a look at the basic singles chain, have a look particularly about strong weak links, and the alternating inference chain. Now, this is a chain that starts on the number 7 and finishes on the number 7. Okay, and I'll show you where it goes. It goes from here to here to here. No need to color them. So start off here, and we say on chains you always start off with saying if the value is not there. So we're doing a 7s link, so we're saying if it is not a 7, then it must be a 5. Now if that's a 5, both of these are not a 5, but this is the important one. This one is not a 5, and if that is not a 5, it must be a 1. And looking up here, if that's a 1, this cannot be a 1, so it must be a 7. So if this is not a 7, this is a 7. And we go the other way around. Let's say that's not a 7, then it's a 1. If it's a 1, then this is not a 1, it's a 5. If that's a 5, this is not a 5, it's a 7. So either this one or this one will always be true, which means we cannot have a 7 in here. So let us get rid of that 7 there. So it means that this one here must be 7. We got rid of a 1, which means this one must be the 1 and not a 5. Now we get rid of this one down here first. This now has to be the 5 for this house. Sorry. And this one here must be the 6 for the house. So we actually got quite a lot out of that one there. Now, let's clear up a little bit more. In terms of this column here, this is the only 7 that's left there. And that gets rid of that 7 there. Now that 7 here gets rid of this 7 here, making that one a 5. Which gets rid of the 5s here, here, and here. And you notice therefore that that one there has to be the 8. Gets rid of the 8 here. And we now have a 6, 7, 6, 7, which is what we expect there. It's just a conjugate pair. But this one here gets rid of that one there, making this one a 5. And if that's a 5, then this one becomes a 1. And this one over here, that being a 5, this was a 3, 5, 3, 5. Well, we can't have the 5 there, so that's going to become the 3. That becomes the 3. This one here becomes the 5. That becoming the 5 causes this one here to be the 1. And coming down here, this one here has to be the 5. And the 3 here, this one here has to be the 1. Now, let me just clean up a few things there. We'll get rid of some of the colors that are lying around because they're a bit confusing at the moment. Now, this doesn't look right. We can't have a 3, 6 and 1, 6 with only 2 cells there. We have the 1, get rid of that 1, which means this becomes the 6 and the other one becomes the 3. Now, looking across this way, the 7 should have got rid of that, which makes that one a 6. Getting rid of 6s down here. And that's still a triple, 1, 5, 7, 1, 5, and 5, 7. Down this way, we can only have a double, and should that be a 5, 7, 5, 7? Yeah, the 6 was up there, so we get rid of that 6. And by getting rid of that 6, we see that this is the only 6 left, so that one there now must be the 6. And this is a 5, 7 pair, conjugate pair. And this is a 6, 7 conjugate pair. Now, it looks like everything is tied together, so there must be something around here that's going to break this locking here. And this is what's going to break it. The 8 there is going to cause that one there to be a 5. That one being a 5 causes this one to be an 8. Now, looking along this way, we can't have a 6, 7 and a 5, 7. That 6 will cause this one here to be a 7. Causing this one here to be a 6. And that one to be a 5. And that one there to be a 7. 5 will cause this one here to be a 1. And this one here to be a 5. And up here, the 5 down below will cause that one to be a 1. That 7 will cause this one to be a 5. And the 1 and 5 will cause this one here to be a 7. And that's it. Now, that were not too bad at all. Sure weren't. So we just needed an X-Wing and a pairs chain. Now, there was also that rectangle thing. And if somebody's come up with a good explanation for that, I'll bring up another video on that one as well. But this is it so far. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like these series, there'll be another one out in about a week's time where we'll have a look at another diabolical Sudoku puzzle from the Telegraph newspaper from days gone by. And if you'd like to know when it comes out, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell and you'll be informed automatically. Okay, so till the next time, from a beautiful sunny y'all, Slán Tamil.